Hello guys and girls, it's me and Malini here. Welcome back another video. This is another video again. I'm talking to myself obviously, so time to make a video. It's gonna be a long form video. Check my website link below, which is cool. And it's good to my taste topic today. Not a sponsor anyway, but obviously today's actually the one sponsor we have is website. Go to Malini website today. We got some games, content, and all games and something like that. And yeah, enjoy my games, you know what I'm saying? So today I'm gonna talk about why I think everyone should get into programming. I think and if you're like one of those religious folks like, oh my god, the world's ending. The world's not gonna end. Don't worry. I mean, if the world ends, you could use programming to help you with that, which I'm gonna get into in my video. But I honestly I believe so. Hopefully they get the captions on here. My camera's a little crappy, a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because the light. I'm trying to put light here. But programming is. Let me record this video. I'm sorry, I gotta record this video with the light because the light is a little bit angled, but it's kind of getting dark. It's snowing. Actually, snowing outside. You can see the snow outside. But I gotta say, programming is the best thing you could do. I mean, programming, ladies and gentlemen, if you're recording a video, but ladies and gentlemen, programming is like the best thing you could do. From my experience, programming is like, it's like magic. It's like, what was I say? It's like it's like moving mountains. It's like magic. Now back then, old me was like, oh man, I'm gonna fix things. Okay, repairing things good. But I think programming, in my opinion, is easier than fixing things. For some reason, fixing things, it's doable. But I think programming is more funner, and it's just way easier for me. For me, it's just way easier. Still the basics, but I don't do complex stuff. But what I do now is I love the program. I love programming. I use programming language, right? But I don't. I try to make it simple for me. I use like third parties where they make it so simple. Like anybody could if you don't have you don't even have the code to program, which you have the code obviously for if you want to do advanced stuff, but if you want to make like a website, it's so darn easy right now. Like my grandma could do it. Well, my mom doesn't want to do it, but my mom could probably do it. Not my mom knows, but most people could probably do it, even older people. But I think programming now is gonna be in high demand. I'm telling you, programming. If you know how to program or even hacking too, but I try to stay away from that. Hacking. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of know how to do that, but I don't do it personally because I'm not gonna say what I do. I don't do R, don't do the R. I can't say it. Don't do R, but you know what I'm saying. Some kids when I was younger, gotta do the R. Yeah, I can't say it. You know what I'm talking about. I don't want to talk about it because Nintendo's easy with that shit. Sorry about the cursing. But the point is that programming is like the future, man. It's the future of technology. The reason I say it is because if you look at the MTA, for instance, which I was actually fascinated with what they're using now. They're using the Ami payments, like those Ami cards. Back then, they used to use MetroCards, which I don't know how MetroCard's basic, it's just but it has some programs, but it's basic. It's like it's basic. But the Ami card is interesting. The reason I said it's be programmed. Well, even the MetroCard's program, but it's old technology. It's like they use like old OS and with that, but it's proprietary. You don't know. But the Ami payment, his difference is actually. It's still proprietary, but you actually know what it is. It's proprietary, you actually know what it is. And the thing is, they just have Google Pay and Apple Pay. So you know what that means. So the fact that Google's working with the MTA to like put like Ami Pays and all the gates, most of the gates too, but most of the Ami Pays and like all that stuff, and Apple Pay, that's inside, and that's pretty interesting. The fact that also Apple's getting into like the credit card game, so if you want to get credit, pay your bills on time, like tell Milk, pay those bills every time, I'm trying to build my own credit eventually when I get a credit card. I don't want to say not yet, because right now I'm in debt, yes, but not crazily. Like I'll say $3,000 in debt, not like $100,000 in debt, but also my account. Well, I can say it. Things happen where I have to figure things out. I can't say it, but that's a different story maybe for next time if you're ready for it. But once I get settled, when I get my debt to collect, when I save my money to collect, I'm probably going. I'm very careful with credit. I'm not against credit cards. Like if you want to do credit cards, for me, I'm not against it, but I'm just like I prefer to like not necessarily avoid them. I know it's good to get credit, but man, I don't want to take the risk yet because I'm young. I'm very young. I don't want to take the risk yet because I'm young. When you're young, you're stupid. So I'm gonna wait till I'm a little bit older. But I know, oh my god, credit history. I don't care. I'd rather pay the bill on time, not be in debt, than worry about even if the credit score is good, okay, that's fine. But I don't want to be like in debt and have interest in being a slave to the system. Because that's the point. There's a quote that Thomas Jefferson says, and I prefer dangerous freedom with peaceful slavery. I think credit cards, in my opinion, the business model is to put people in slaves. Now, it could work. It's like a knife. It works. Like, for instance, with credit cards, you can actually get out of slavery. But here's the thing, guys and girls. Do you realize what credit cards are? Software. if you look at the history of credit cards and debit cards and all these payment systems, it's all software. So it's literally all software. Even Chase JP Morgan, like the banking system. I didn't even know this was scary. It makes sense why I'm scared of going to the bank now, because they have some, it's obviously proprietary, so I prefer free software, but but mostly it's proprietary. We gotta use proprietary sometimes, but I prefer free software. That's why I support Mental Law for that reason. But the banks, they use like some advanced AI thing. Now, keep in mind, if I told this to my mom would think I'm a lunatic. I'm dead serious. I remember I talk about, I was in a little argument. Not gonna lie, I was in an argument with my parents, which my mom's a boomer, so well, maybe she's not a boomer. She's a boomer. I'm telling you, like she's good. She knows to use only the iPhone. That's it. But when it comes to, if I talk about technology, just normal stuff, like to younger people, they understand. But if I talk to my mom, I love her. She's a good mom, very good mom. She makes good food, always defending me. But if I talk about technology, she would think I'm a lunatic. So that's why I don't talk about this to my mom. So yeah, that's why I don't talk about this to mom. But for young guys, or maybe like if you're 16, you're in high school, get into programming, and computer science particularly, get into programming. Now also plumbing too, but honestly, plumbing also would be in high demand too. But I prefer what I think would be the most high demand at this point, and people will, no matter what, even if you get fired from, let's say, the biggest company, you can always create like a programming is one of those fields. Like, okay, plumbing's good, yeah, plumbing's a trade, but I think programming is like the next trade. I'm telling you right now, I see it coming. Between the software we see, even like Nintendo's getting to like AI, where like they detect like if you pirate the game, like is what but because back then everything was like all physical, all physical, everything's physical, but now everything's run by AI, and this is why I tried to join like the generated AI school thing, for starters, a connection with Google, which is from Jessica, which is phenomenal. We had the best sex in the bathroom, Chase Bay bathroom, of course. We had the best sex of all time, and I went to the Chase Bay bathroom, got my account back, what I'm saying, Asian, had sex with the white girl, so beautiful, very beautiful girl, and then I just, she's like, hey, I work for Google, and then she's networking and connect with Google, and guess what? I'm gonna go out. So phenomenal. She gave me my own website, which is checked. I have my own website. Basically, I have my own internet, kind of, but really, it's a website. It's still the cloud. So even if I pass away, it's still on the website. It's on the web. So, but that's not the point. The point is that you gotta get into programming. I think programming is gonna be in high demand. I think it's gonna be like the next trade. I mean, there's a video that Luke Smith made about how programming is like so valuable. I'm telling you right now. I mean, there's some sinners, our parents, work for a corporation. I mean, it's your decision. Don't do what I did, where I dropped out of high school and, not high school, I mean college, you drop out of college because I like to be doing some terrible decisions, financial decisions, but when it comes to my computer skills, I'm very good at it. But for me, I learn by myself. I prefer learning. If it's like a school system, it takes forever to learn. I don't like learning like by myself. I don't like learning. I don't like learning with other people. Well, I don't want to say that, but I don't like learning in a slow pace, because most schools is designed to like 400 years, or technically 4 years, but to me it's like 400 years for me. 4 years, and you have to learn this. And then there's also the boot camps, which works, but the problem with that is it's too quick too. They don't allow you to learn at your pace, because everyone learns at a different pace. That's reality. But even the boot camp is like too quick. It's way too quick to learn. You have to learn at their rate, which I don't like. So, and also, I believe my philosophy. I believe you should have ownership and control, and not power necessarily, but actually power, yes. But you want control of your life, because I don't like to be enslaved in the matrix. No, obviously, I'm less wealthy. I'm not the wealthiest guy because I did some terrible decisions. But my best advice, if anyone, I mean, I don't want to say not go to college, but at this point, I think college is not worth it. I think the best, if you want to get in programming, go to boot camp. Definitely go to boot camp. Do a lot of networking. I think networking would help. I'm not against college, but man, college now the debt and the student loans and all that. I've been questioning that, if you recommend that. Unless you're forced to, and you want to be a doctor or a lawyer, go ahead, go to college. That's worth it. I think those fields or even engineering, you definitely need a college degree. But I notice now, like, tech companies are like, we don't want it. Well, not every company, but most Google and, well, not Google, but actually, yeah, Google too, but Apple, Google, they start to become more lenient, and they care more about the experience rather than rather than a degree, because they realize, oh my god, why are we having degrees? Because it's just so flooded. The degrees is just so flooded. Like it's like, oh, we need a degree for this and that and that, and it's like, oh my god, it's so flooded. It's like it's flooded with degrees. It's a disaster. It's a disaster. And I think that's and basically Nikola Tesla exposed society where like, you know, he didn't have a degree, but he was very smart. So imagine this: if Nikola Tesla came to this day and age to try to get a job at Tesla, he probably would not get hired because obviously everything's run by AI and software and all that stuff, and they exploit the resume system where like the resumes get like left behind. Because I tried applying for resumes for every company, I got rejected. I care just because of my mom, because my mom, obviously wants me to get a job, but if the jobs rejected me, I started Malina, okay? But I have to worry about taxes, which I have to figure that out. So I'm going to figure that out later on. Hopefully I don't get sued. I don't make money right now, thank God, because if I did, I have to pay those taxes, which it's a weird loophole because the world is so messed up and it's so evil. But luckily I'm chosen by God because I see, I'm sure you see real quick, I see this all the time. So I don't want to say I'm completely safe, but I am lucky because I've never seen a person seen that. So that's another story. But I think that programming, I was saying, programming is going to be in high demand. I believe programming is going to be high demand, and I think people need to learn programming. People need a program. Like I even see this. I see a Google Street View car. See this? Like I see a Google. This is I took this photo by the way. Street View car. I think that Google is phenomenal. They work for the government, but networking with Google has been the best experience I had. I know, yes, I dropped out of school, which was the worst decision. But what people don't know is that I've been networking Google much as I can to make a name for myself. Obviously, I originally was trying to get a job there. Obviously, that's not gonna work. But I think they see me as like a business kind of surviving. But I don't know. I don't know what Google thinks. They know they should post to know more about me. But it's kind of weird how they see me as a company, but I'm like a young guy just figuring this out. And I don't want to mess it up. It's been really nerve wracking on that sense. But I'm hoping on my birthday I get everything else back and just become well known and help people. Because I'm just doing this to help people. I don't want people to hurt people. I don't want to hurt any people. Because man, 2022 was just golf awful. I'm not getting into the PTSD of it. You see the YouTube short over there about how I went through a lot with the Chase situation, which was just so stressful, and it made my mom lose his appointment. It's to the point that I'm very careful where I explain what I do. Not because I want to take risks, it's because I'm just, I feel so bad that, I failed so bad that I made my mom disappointed. And she's getting old. She's like, I'm not going to say her age, but she's getting older, and we're losing life. And I have to figure this out. If I fail, I don't know where I'll be. So I got to figure this out. So that's why I started Malina. If this fails, I'll cry, but it is what it is. But luckily, one advantage that Malina has, what people don't realize, is my website is just it will run no matter what. It's snowing outside. See this? It's snowing outside, and my website is still up, magically still up. Obviously not perfect, but the website was still up. And I don't pay a dime with that website because Wix is free, but the domain don't pay. The domain you have to pay for each month. But I'm not gonna tell you how I got that domain. All I'm gonna say is I had sex with Jessica from Chase Bank, and she was, "Oh, I love you, Matthew," and then she gave me the domain for free. Well, she pays for the domain for me, and even if I lose the domain, she loves me, so she gave me the domain for free, which is phenomenal. So that sex with Jessica was phenomenal. So thank you, Jessica, my beautiful wife, my beautiful girlfriend, for giving me that domain. So, that's how I got this domain. I had sex with Jessica. She bribed me. Oh, I'm sorry, Matthew, for the Chase situation. We'll give you a free domain for your website. She gave me her own internet. I got my custom domain. That's how Malina became to be. Basically, marriage and guys, But that was just a little. But the point is, you gotta get the programming. I'm telling you, you gotta get a website. You gotta get a web server. You gotta get a web server with your website. You gotta get a website. You gotta do everything you can to program. I make music, but the music is not perfect because I use AI. I create AI. Like I said, I program AI to make music, but it's not perfect. I prefer it's better to have a human. When it comes to music, it's not really replaced by AI. I don't think so because if it can, but music's not perfect. Even my family members know the music's not perfect. Some people like it, some people hate it. But I do know how to freestyle, which is cool. That's one of my talents. But my bread and butter is programming. I think programs could be in high demand. It's gonna be because with programming, it's like magic. I'm telling you, it's magic. You could do a lot more programming. Even the MTA, new trains, they use some sort of proprietary software. Which I hate proprietary stuff, but it works. They use some sort of software. The trains, even the automatic announcements. Well, yeah, they made it for humans, but who could say that they in the future could be AI, you know? But even like the program is all it's all program, it's all software, and software you can do a lot with it. There's some benefits and there's some risks with it. Obviously, with software, you could have the hackers trying to exploit it, so you got to make sure the code is secure. And this is what I do is when I program, I have someone else, view the source code, so I make everything free software. But what I also do is I outsource the program. I outsource it to like a third party. I do a little bit. I do basically the graphic design, the graphic programming design, the graphics. Like I'm more of an artist. I do the graphic design. Even with apps, I use like AppGeyser, which is phenomenal. Okay, so there's no excuse to not program. Even with AppGeyser, you can do a lot with just not even that much programming experience. And you can just run it and sell it on Play Store, profit. But you have to like make it unique. So I know the program, basic stuff. But I prefer HTML because it's way secure, safer. It's not a programming language. It's like a basic web, interface thing. It's not a programming language. C is like programming language, but I prefer C. You gotta learn C. C is really good. Game Boy uses C, but I'm not gonna lie. With Game Boy games, I use GB Studio. To be honest, this is simpler. And Game Boy games are made with C or an assembly. It's the same thing. So I just use GB Studio. So if you see my games in GB Studio, which people can tell, honestly, they're very smart than most. But my mom, oh my god, the Game Boy game is so smart. But in the internet, they're like, oh, they know everything. Oh, GB Studio, but I don't care. It's a game. I made a game. It's not copyright, obviously, because GB Studio has a license for it. But it's fun to like experiment, And GB Studio is like simple. You could edit, you can make it your own, I use the default template because it's just easier to, you can do it from scratch, which I'm probably gonna do next time I do it from scratch to make it so simpler. But that's a little hazy, but I could probably do that. Next time I may do it from scratch, which that's my do make a text to speech game, which I could probably do. But I got a new computer because my computer died. I see my computer died, so I gotta get a new computer for that. But even if you don't have a computer, you even program on a smartphone, I even program a website on an iPhone. This iPhone this iPhone 12 mini is the best phone I ever got. Best phone ever. I programmed. I made music on here. I made games. I even edit my website. I even check my website. Like you can make payments. You can even travel with just the tap to pay with Apple Pay. Also Google Pay too. On Android you get a Google Pay. You get Google on Android you get Google Pay. But the problem, the problem with Android necessarily. I love Android. The problem with Android, some Android phones not compatible with Google Pay. You have to get like adapt. But even then, if you have a bank that has a tap to pay, you're good, and you can still use it with the card. You can use that as Google Pay. So Android's way superior. I love Android, so I have I make sure I had a card where it has tap to pay. So God forbid if Android does not support with NFC, I get to use my tap to pay card from the bank, and boom, it works. So it works. It's I prefer the smartphone tap to pay, but it works. It's phenomenal. So technology there's no excuse to not learn a program. Programming is gonna be the future. I'm telling you, programming is gonna be the future. And there's a lot of things I didn't even mention. I made Google Maps. I made my own map thing. It's all man. I love programming. I love programming. Man. Like programming is like you can make books. You can sell art. You could do a lot if you know how to program. You could do a lot. I made a payment. What I need. I made a Stripe, which is I use a Stripe payments which they handle the taxes, all that stuff. It's just I love programming. Programming is awesome, man. I used to use third parties, and you have Google Cloud, which has been phenomenal. Google Cloud is awesome. So, and you have Android Developer Kit. Apple, when it comes to Apple Store, App Store, but if you talk, how do you put the apps? Do you put apps on it? Why you don't put apps on the App Store? The reason why is it's kind of expensive, But there's a way around it, which people don't talk about. People, oh my god, I can't install apps besides the App Store. That's true, but there's a way around it, and that is you could add the website to home screen. So what I do, I make games to optimize for the web. So I make more on Apple or on iOS. You can still play the mobile games that you play on Android, and sometimes way superior than Android because Android recently the app guys are putting ads on the app, which I'm trying to remove, but it's third party, so it is what it is. But on Apple, there's no ads, and you can actually run it at a home screen, and you can run it as a mobile app without having to use the App Store. And I don't make fun of it, but it works, And the best part, the server I have, it lasts from Jessica, which is phenomenal. My girlfriend, who's phenomenal. It lasts decades, man. It lasts decades. I still have my old games that I created that I didn't release because Nintendo. It was kind of not the best, but I can't release it because of copyright. Couldn't release it because Nintendo was a little hazy with that. I can't release it. That was a joke from there. I can't release it because copyright. But I have some old games I created for funsies, just for my amusement because I was bored. And it still runs, it still works. Even when I went to like 2022 when it was terrible, it still runs. I still got my archive, man. And then you have Internet Archive where, God, let's say your website gets, let's say you shut down let's say your website shut down, let's say Google bans you, whatever, or you lose everything. You have Internet Archive where they can preserve the website. So let's say, God forbid, you lose it. That's how I found my old games, because I had a lot of old games I didn't even know. I went into the archive and I found all my old games on my website preserved. You could even go to Internet Archive with all my preserved games on there. It's pretty cool. So yeah, there's no excuse to not program. Like, you could do a lot. Like, for instance, you could program like an Internet Archive site. You could sell books. You could even, like, look at this. I'm not even joking. This is a program, by the way. Someone programmed this to make this. You could program a name tag. A name tag. I went to the stock exchange. I'm telling you. You can even program a computer when you order at McDonald's, if you're chosen by God, to do this. I'm not even joking. I programmed to do this. I'm not even joking. I think programming is the best. It's like the best thing. Like, programming, if you learn how to program, even this, you could probably program to like music. I even now too, recently what I'm doing too, is I recently programmed, not programmed, but I recently got like I bought like a record. Now, this is not an ordinary record. It's not an ordinary record. I'm probably gonna show you in a video. Maybe make a YouTube video on that next time. But I bought a record, a custom record. You know what it is? My music. So what I do, I create music too, but the music's not perfect, obviously. Most people hate it, but I like it from tech geek side of it, because I know how to. I'm more of a techno part of the music. My freestyle's pretty good, but beats, not up to date. If I had good beats, easy. My friend Brandon, my family member Brandon, he makes beats, been phenomenal. So shout out to them. I saw him recently because I haven't seen him in decades, man. I saw him when he was like very young, so I saw him when he older, and he's been phenomenal. So shout out to Brandon, my family member, because I have two Brandons. I have my old acquaintance, and then I have my basically the my family member who's been probably better than ever. He's cool, man. I love him though. I know I'm gonna, but all jokes aside though. But yeah, not all jokes aside, but I love him though. But all things aside though, like, I think that program's gonna be the next big thing. You know, and you have program, but like I was saying, I made like a CD. Not CD, a DVD. No, what? Not DVD, what the? Oh, a vinyl. So I'm working on making a vinyl. So it's coming to mail soon. I'm sure. Let me show you what I'm talking about. It's a custom vinyl I'm working on. The problem is going to take a while, and I'm hoping that I can afford things. But hopefully I don't lose my house, because I'm not gonna talk about financial situation, but it's coming in. It's gonna come in 6 weeks. This is what it is. It's a custom vinyl thing. I hope I didn't dox my pay. I didn't dox it. I don't think I doxed. It's just the payment. Yeah, I didn't dox the receipt. Thank God I didn't dox it. Okay, we're good. I didn't dox my payments. I didn't dox it, right? Yeah, I didn't dox. Just the okay, yeah. I didn't dox my address, right? I didn't dox it. Okay, I didn't dox it. Yeah, I didn't dox it. Thank God. It's just the payment, so I hope I didn't dox my address. This is the thing I'm getting. It's pretty cool. I didn't dox it, right? Okay, I didn't dox it. Thank God. I hope I didn't dox it. Alright, I may have to edit on the video, but yeah, I didn't dox it. So that's the thing I'm getting. It's like a custom record thing I'm getting. Because I don't want to dox my address, because, man, I remember in 2021, like, yeah, there's a kid that I didn't know what dox mean at the time. I thought dox was for like internet DDoS attack. Nope, totally different. It was actually, yeah, leaking your goddamn address, and I was stupid. That's when I was trying to verify the Google Maps thing, which honestly I don't even know how I got verified, but it worked. But it was accidental. I doxed myself, and that's why I removed the address. Which luckily I had a small channel, so it worked out. But that was the dumbest decision I did, doxing myself. I don't even know how I got lucky on that sense, but I got lucky. So. Worked out. So I'm very careful where I put my address, all that stuff. But back to what I was saying though, so I think that, so program's gonna be the future. I'm telling you, program's gonna be the future. You know what I'm saying? Program's definitely gonna be the future, and it's gonna be worth it, man. You have vinyls, you have vinyl records, and you have all that stuff, And I'm getting back to vinyl person. This is what I'm saying. I'm working on making a custom vinyl, which is phenomenal, because the best part of vinyl now, you can actually integrate the software. No, it's not software, but you can integrate, like, on Spotify you have the Shazam, so the audio uses radio waves to detect like the song what you get, which is phenomenal. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna integrate that with the vinyl. So basically, it's not programmed, but vinyl is old school. It's not programmed. It's like it uses like old analog signals put out. But this thing, what I like about this thing, even if I want to use vinyl, I can also use Bluetooth. This has Bluetooth in here. So, but this is like, oh man, I love it. This has Bluetooth, which has software in it, which I'm not a fan. Well, I know Lewis is not a fan, but when it comes to the programming aspect of it, it's awesome, man. So yeah, everything's gonna be software, man. It's gonna be programmed. Now, obviously, I'm against like when software is used to hurt people in a sense where like they use it to like not own things because that's bad. And I think that's why we need more programmers to not do that and not like use it for greed. Because now like, when it comes to software, you have to it's like oh you don't own it. So if you want to own your software, you have to program. You have to do it yourself. I'm telling you, you got to do it yourself. Um, you have to do it yourself, man. You got to do it yourself. You got to program it yourself. Don't rely on corporations to do it or banks. I mean, if you're lucky, but if you're military, you can do that. But if you're just try to use third parties that actually respect your ownership. Because let's be honest, guys. I mean, much I love software and programming, we're in a stage where like we own less and less of things, and even we're out conform. It's like, oh, we want this old guy's boomer. Like I don't know how he even became it, but it's the World Economic Forum. It's boomer. Like, oh my god, you gonna own things, and you're not gonna own things. You gonna be what was it? You gonna own nothing and be happy. I'm like, I don't like. Why is a boomer? you're gonna be disappearing like 2001. Why are you predicting the future in a sense? Well, not predicting. Why are you trying to make the future so black and white for us Zoomers? We don't care. Go home. Go home, boomer. Go back to the toilet. Go back, sip in your $1 billion Rolex, and do what you gotta do, okay? I'm sick and tired of these boomers. And if you get a job, I'm trying, bro. Look at inflation. The snow is a disaster. There's so many disasters. The world is ending. We didn't save the world. Us Gen Z, we're the backbone of the goddamn internet. The backbone, not the internet. Oh, why did I say? No, I said the internet. We're the backbone of society, man. We're the backbone of society. And the fact that boomers, this is gonna be a rant video, right? The rant part of it. Not all boomers like my mom's phenomenal, but even then she's not perfect. But boomers are good. Well, most I met some pretty good boomers, but there's some most boomers. I'm talking about like the old one before the dark, when it's 100, man. No, I'm not gonna shit on boomers, but boomers sometimes like they're very old minded. They're very traditional. They think, oh my god, life is so easy. Boomers, listen up. You didn't have to deal with inflation like crazy. You didn't have to deal with like inflation. You didn't have to worry about getting a job, and then back then in the boomer era. Sorry, my roommate's here. Back then in the boomer era, you didn't have to worry about that. You had to worry. You had to it was just easier because you could buy a house easily. Inflation wasn't high. You had the baby boomers era, so that's is what it is. But that's a rant for another video, which I'm not gonna get into. But that's a rant for another video. But yeah, I think it's good for video. Majority of stories get into programming. I think programming is gonna be the future. If you learn a program, you can do a lot with it, and you can be a millionaire if you wanted to. I mean, there's even people that get into. Well, I'm against crypto. I don't like crypto, but some people get into crypto. You can program crypto, but I'm against that because it has a bad rap. I don't do crypto for that reason. I'm not against it. If you want to do it, go ahead. But I don't want to have repetition. Even most banks, they don't like that. We're doing crypto. I'm against it. I don't want to get because tax fraud or anything. So I don't do crypto. But I know some people love it. I'm not a fan of it. I don't understand it because I'm not sure programming. I don't understand it, but I've got to learn it. But I'm against it. I don't like it. I'm traditional, but because there's some flaws with that. I'm not gonna end the video, and I don't think it could be a real courtesy to be honest. But I could be wrong though. I mean Monero, yeah, I like Monero, but that's about it. But even then, I try to be careful with that. When you get older, you realize okay, you got to be careful with that because it's just shady. But I think the majority of the story you got to get in programming. I think programs will be worth it. If you're in a job or programming, like start a business if you wanted to. But if you can't do it, then maybe just start a private project and maybe sell it. Start a side hustle, something like that. But if you're lucky, start a business. Use the last bit of your money. Start a business. File LLC, whatever, license, whatever. Programming. You can probably maybe become like Zuckerberg, or if you're lucky, become like Elon Musk. He learned how to program when he was younger. So I think programs are gonna be worth it. We need a lot of programs nowadays because everything's gonna be programs gonna be in high demand. I'm telling you, it's gonna be in high demand. It's one of those fields gonna be high demand, high expertise. And everything's gonna run on computers, man. I mean, unless the world ends, then maybe not. But even like T-Mobile, they use like software for like analyzing the cell tower and like all that stuff. It's just crazy stuff, man. Everything's programming. It's AI and all like that. But yeah, you gotta get in the program. I'm telling you, gotta get in the programming. Program's worth it. It's worth it, man. I'm telling you, worth it. Just program. You have fun. It's just worth it. So yeah, I think program's worth it. That's my advice. And if you're young people, get in the program. It's worth it. So I'll make this video short because I know it was like less than 30 minutes, but yeah. I think the majority of stories are getting programmed. It's worth it. I think it's like I said, program is like moving mountains. You can do it's like magic spell. It's like having a superpower. It's like having a superpower. Like I think program is like one of those fields. The only fields I can think of that's like a superpower. It's like a magic power. You can do a lot. Like for instance, program you could use in trains. You could use in buses. You could use in like VR. It's crazy. You could do with programming, and I love it. And that's also the reason why I got into programming. So you could even use in music, but you could do a lot with programming. Also, it can be used for bad. Obviously, you have some bad articles like in governments and no, but some governments and like some corporations. So you gotta be careful with that too. But yeah, I think programs are gonna be worth it. I think it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be in high demand. You could make a lot of money from it. This is also why programmers are paid so well too, which is awesome. And yeah, if you're getting into programming, if you're young, if you're like 16 or 15 or 14, don't be like me who like waited till like I'll say 20 and delayed it and like first fix things and then didn't get the program until recent. Don't be like me and waited very long. If you're in high school, you even get your CCNA, get your CCNA. Learn the program, learn that program. I think it's worth it. So, and that's gonna be next video. It's worth it. Also, networking's gonna be worth it too. But I think programming is gonna be the biggest. A few programs gonna be replaced. I don't think so because even then, like when you do AI, you had to program the AI. So, I mean, I'll say maybe web development maybe replace, but even then, I don't think AI is going to replace them. I don't think. If anything, AI is actually going to help with programmers to learn easier. So there's no excuse to not program. I even use that AI to learn how to program. So there's no excuse to not use AI, not learn how to program because it's a go to each time. I'm telling you, way easier to program. So I'm gonna end this video soon because I don't look like I'm talking to myself, but I'm recording a video. So. But the majority of those guys and girls and kids, even if you're young, even if you're like 8 years old, I mean, even 8-year-old could learn a program, but also learn Linux. Linux is worth it too. I think the best operating system to learn programming is definitely Linux. Get Linux, Linux server particularly, and learn Linux. Get a Raspberry Pi too. I have a Raspberry Pi. No, get a Raspberry Pi. Learn programming. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say. I think that's all I'm gonna say. Programs are worth it. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Learn a program. It's more efficient, it's more better, and reliable. I even got this book. This beautiful book here. I'm sorry. This is a ramble here. Look at this book. The Internet, man. The Internet. The future, man. I'm gonna create my own internet one day. That's a beautiful book, and I created a website there. So yeah, it's a beautiful. Look at the book. Look at the beautiful book. Oh, I recommend this book. This book is pretty good. Pretty basic. Basic, but I recommend that just get programming. But oh yeah, look at this. Look at this book. Beautiful book. Very, very beautiful book. Very beautiful. Look at this, the internet. I love the internet, man. But I remember this one time that Google tried to I'm not gonna say it, but Google tried to. Let's rephrase it. A tech company tried to put DRM on the internet, which, that would have been worse. So yeah, let's hope that doesn't happen again. But man, overall, it's been phenomenal. But yeah, learn how to program, man. Definitely learn how to program. Also learn hacking too, but I prefer programming. Program is the way to go. Way superior. Learn Linux, all that stuff. Yeah. Learn the program, you should be fine. And yeah, it's gonna be high demand. I know I'm just rambling on at this point because why not? Because why not? Because why not? So yeah, program's gonna be high demand. I think it's gonna be worth it. So I'm gonna end this video soon. Let's go to the video. It's me, Malin here. Welcome back on the video again. I gotta go. Gotta see you later. I'm about to take the bus. Take this TR for 286 train. Gotta go. Love you guys. And stay safe, guys. Love you guys. And I want my account back, Jessica. Love you guys. I'm out.